Hey everyone, today I'm reviewing the movie How to Be Single. It was a run-of-the-mill comedy chick flick. My wife loved it. I thought it was pretty funny. Honestly, I didn't really see a lot of big name actors. It was mostly B-list, which is why I was kind of surprised that it did so well. Um, there was Alison Brie. She was in Mad Men and Community. Rebel Wilson is in it. She played Fat Amy on Pitch Perfect. And what was different about her, a lot of times she has that one, that one gig where, oh, I'm fat, and that's the joke. And this time she went with, oh, I'm promiscuous and I sleep around a lot, and that was the joke. And, not that it's better, but it was new, so that was kind of nice. I think she did really well. She has a lot of um, timed humor. She does really well with dialogue and like the one-liners. So I actually didn't mind it that bad. I think that the plot was a bit weird. It was fairly complicated. There was a lot of sleeping around. No one was really single throughout most of this. I don't know who chose the title, but it was more just how to sleep around like a common street hooker. Um, I mean, so so the premise of the movie was this main girl met her boyfriend freshman year of college, and they go out for all 4 years. And she thinks that she kind of missed out on like traveling and other sexual adventures, and like all this different stuff. And I don't, first off, I don't understand, like, why can't you just do that with your boyfriend? Like, just if you want to travel, go ahead, travel. Or if he doesn't want to travel, go with someone of your friends or something. Like, why? If he's tying you down like that, like, that's okay, that's a problem, and you should tell him that. But like, she's like, oh yeah, I just want to go on a break so I can do all this stuff, then I'll come back. And he actually takes it really well for someone who's been going out for 4 years. I mean, after 4 years, at that point, you kind of think like, okay, this is getting serious. We should start talking about stuff. And she's like, yeah, I gotta go do this stuff. I'll be back. And he's like, oh, okay, fine. So she moves to New York. She moves in with her sister, who's a nurse in the city, and she meets Rebel Wilson's character at this law firm. She's a paralegal, and um, she just goes nuts. I mean, so Rebel Wilson is like this partier, that's huge, just firecracker of a character, drinker, sleeps around, doesn't even really stay at her own place very often, um, just absolutely insane. And she kind of takes the main girl under her wing, and they go out and they party and they hook up with guys and drinking and stuff like that. And I mean, it's a horrible it's a horrible example. It's a horrible, they show up to work like 3 hours late, like, constantly. I don't know how they keep their job, especially in New York City. Like, obviously there's plenty of people to take their job. I don't know why you would keep someone like that, but anyway. So throughout this movie, she's sleeping with all these different guys. She meets a bartender that she sleeps with, but she kind of remains friends with. And then there's another guy who has a daughter. His wife passed away, so he's kind of cautious. That's how they get the tear jerkers. And then you got the old boyfriend who still kind of has feelings for her, but he has tried to move on. He has this new girlfriend, and his parents don't really like her as much as the main girl. But he gets engaged with her, and he's trying to figure stuff out. And finally, this main chick is like, look, I want to get back together. Like, I'm done with this break. What type of shit is that? Are you kidding me? Like, you go on this break, you sleep around, and then you're like, all right, I'm done. Let's get back together. Like, what are we doing? No, that's not how it works. That's horrible. Horrible example. A horrible way to run your life. Like, what are you gonna do? Like, oh yeah, this job isn't really working out for me. I'm gonna take a break for like 2 months. I'll be back though. Don't worry about it. I'll be back. What? No, that's not how any of this works. False. So, I mean, that kind of pissed me off, that like this was the situation that she put herself in, and then they want you to feel sorry for her because she was sleeping around, but now she wants to get back with the boyfriend. And then the boyfriend's a jerk because he's like, oh yeah, no, we should get back together. Oh, by the way, I'm engaged. So I just thought I'd like get this out of my system before I go and get married to this new girl. So there's just a bunch of lowlifes, pretty much. I don't know. I did like it though. It was funny. I didn't agree with a lot of the stuff. I didn't agree with some of the plot, but I thought that it was funny. There was a bunch of one-liners. The dialogue's fantastic. I think that everyone did really well. Yeah. So I would say if you're into, I mean, obviously the chick flicks and stuff, but it's a pretty good comedy. So if you're in for a laugh, if you want to laugh, try it out. Thanks very much for watching. If you have any comments, questions, discussions, leave it below. And if you want me to review any movie, leave that below as well.